Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into Krystal Garcia Financial Services today. Um, and just from the initial look, her company's making some pretty big waves. I mean, she's got a very, how do I say this, accessible approach, I think. Krystal offers two big services. There's My New Retirement and life insurance through Ethos. What really stood out to me, though, was Krystal's own story, overcoming some pretty serious financial struggles of her own. And now she seems dedicated to helping other folks achieve, that sense of financial security and peace of mind.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like she's not just offering financial products, but guidance as well.
Right.
And like a sense of community, even a lot of people, especially I think people who maybe haven't had great experiences with traditional institutions, they find Crystal's approach really welcoming.
For sure, for sure. And with My New Retirement, she's not afraid to make some bold promises. Risk-free stock market growth, tax-free income, lifetime cash flow you can't outlive. I mean, this sounds like a dream come true for anyone worried about retirement.
Yeah, and you can see why people get really excited about that. I mean, stock market gains without the risk.
Yeah.
Even when the market's down, super appealing.
Exactly. But I'm sure folks are wondering, like I am, how exactly does this work? Krystal's website doesn't really dive into the specifics of her strategy.
Right, it's a little bit of a mystery. I mean, there are a few possibilities. There are certain financial products, like some types of annuities or structured index funds. And those are designed to offer some protection against downturns. They might guarantee a minimum return or at least limit potential losses while still giving you some upside potential.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Then there's the tax-free income claim, too. Now, I know there are some accounts, like Roth IRAs, that have tax advantages.
Yeah.
But having totally tax-free income during retirement, that's a big claim.
It is. There are things in the tax code that do allow for it. Some types of income can be tax-free, but it usually requires a lot of planning and a deep understanding of all the rules. I'd be really curious to see how Crystal's program utilizes that, to maybe maximize tax benefits for her clients.
Yeah, it'd be fascinating to get into the nitty-gritty there. All right, so My New Retirement. Definitely some intriguing stuff going on. Now, what about her other main thing? Life insurance through Ethos. Now, Ethos. They're a well-established online broker known for a really easy application process. No medical exams, just apply online. And you could potentially be covered in minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge for people who find the traditional process kind of scary.
Yeah.
Applying from home, instant decision, peace of mind knowing your loved ones are protected.
Yeah, that speed and the ease of it all, those are huge selling points for sure. I mean, you can even see it in some of the testimonials from her clients. Shirley Walker, for example, she talks about getting insured for like $1.2 million in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Wow, that really shows how efficient their platform is. They've really taken out a lot of those barriers.
Absolutely. And then Krystal and Ethos, they go even further.
Yeah.
They've got these extra benefits too, like some free estate planning help.
Oh, wow, which is so valuable. I mean, having a will, all those estate planning documents in place, that's crucial to make sure your wishes are actually followed and your family's taken care of.
For sure. So we're seeing some themes emerge here, right? Accessibility, convenience, that focus on peace of mind. But we've only just scratched the surface. We need to dig deeper into the specifics of Krystal's offerings and what makes them so unique.
Definitely. In the next part, we'll unpack those bold claims about risk-free growth and tax-free income. And we'll take a closer look at those types of life insurance through Ethos to see who they might be a good fit for.
All right, sounds good.
There.
Stay with us, everybody. All right, so let's get back to those claims about My New Retirement, specifically that risk-free stock market growth. I mean, it sounds amazing, but is it really possible?
Well, it's definitely eye-catching. Who wouldn't want those gains without worrying about a crash?
Exactly. But remember, Krystal's website, it doesn't tell us what that investment vehicle is. So how could this work?
Right, well, there are some products that are meant to reduce risk, but still give you some market exposure, some index funds, for example. They might focus on specific sectors, ones that tend to be more stable. Or they might use certain strategies to buffer against those big losses.
So it's not about eliminating risk completely.
Yeah.
But more like managing it to make the ride a little smoother.
Exactly. It's like shock absorbers on a car. You'll still feel the bumps, but they won't be so jarring.
I like that. That's a great analogy. Okay, and then there's that tax-free income part of My New Retirement. Now, we know with traditional accounts, like 401k, they're tax deferred, so you pay taxes later when you retire. But Krystal seems to be saying something different here.
Yeah, she's really emphasizing that tax-free income in retirement. Now, it's pretty rare to have completely tax-free growth and withdrawals, but there are strategies within the tax code that can really reduce your taxes.
So could she be using those strategies to create a more tax-efficient income stream for her clients?
It's definitely a possibility. It would take some careful planning
Right.
and a deep understanding of the tax code. But it fits with her overall message, helping people feel secure and at ease in retirement.
All right, well, it's an interesting idea for sure. Now let's shift gears back to life insurance through Ethos. We talked about how easy Ethos makes it to apply. But what about the types of life insurance they actually offer?
Well, Ethos mainly focuses on term life insurance. So that's coverage for a set amount of time, usually 10, 20, or 30 years. It's great for covering temporary needs, like a mortgage, or providing for kids while they're young.
So if someone wants a simple way to protect their family financially during a specific time, then term life insurance could be a good option.
Absolutely. It's a simple way, and often pretty affordable to provide that safety net.
Yeah.
And with Ethos, it's super easy to get that coverage, which is a big plus.
It seems like Krystal really chose Ethos for a reason. Their approach, it just fits with her emphasis on accessibility and getting rid of those barriers that can scare some people away from traditional financial services.
Yeah, exactly. And don't forget, Ethos offers coverage up to $2 million. That's a lot of protection. Plus, they include those estate planning tools for free, which just adds to the value.
Okay, so we've got a clearer picture now of Krystal's two main offerings. My into retirement, with that potential for managing risk and getting tax advantages, and term life insurance through Ethos, which is convenient and affordable. And I think what's really appealing is that both of these, they're presented in a way that feels approachable and empowering, which can be so important for people who might feel overwhelmed by financial planning.
For sure. Krystal's created this space where people feel comfortable asking questions, exploring their options, and taking charge of their financial future. It's refreshing.
Yeah, it really is. Now, before we wrap up our deep dive, I'm curious to hear your take. What makes Krystal stand out from other advisors or companies?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. She's got the expertise, but she's also empathetic. And she genuinely wants to empower her clients. She doesn't just offer products. She offers guidance, support, and even a sense of community. And her own story, overcoming those financial struggles herself, that lets her connect with people on a deeper level, build that trust and understanding.
That's so true. You can tell she's passionate about this, about helping people achieve financial security.
Absolutely. And she doesn't shy away from the complex stuff either, like tax optimization or estate planning. She breaks it down in a way that's easy to understand, so her clients can make informed decisions.
Okay, so Krystal Garcia Financial Services. We've got that blend of personalized guidance, accessible products, and a focus on peace of mind. But we've only scratched the surface here. There's still so much more to explore.
Definitely. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll wrap up with some key takeaways, and we'll look at the potential benefits of working with Krystal to help you decide if her services are right for you.
Okay, so we've spent some time with Krystal Garcia Financial Services, and I gotta say, I'm really impressed. I mean, her whole approach to financial planning, it's just so refreshing, especially for folks who maybe feel a little intimidated by the traditional financial world.
Yeah, she really makes it accessible. She's got all the knowledge, but she combines it with a genuine desire to help people.
Exactly. I think that's a big part of what sets her apart, that personal touch. She's been through those financial struggles herself, so she gets it. She understands the stress, the uncertainty. And I think that allows her to really connect with her clients.
It's that empathy
Yeah.
that really makes her so effective.
Right. She's not just lecturing people. She's listening, understanding their goals, and creating solutions that actually fit their needs.
It's a truly personalized approach.
Absolutely. And even with those complicated topics like, tax-advantaged retirement income or the different types of life insurance, she breaks it all down, makes it clear and easy to understand.
It's all about empowering people to make smart choices.
Right. Knowledge is power. All right. So as we wrap things up here, what are the big takeaways for our listeners? What makes Krystal Garcia Financial Services worth looking into?
Okay. So I think there are 3 key points. First, Krystal brings together expertise and accessibility. She's a real expert. But she explains things in a way that anyone can understand.
And that's so important.
Right. Second, she offers personalized guidance. She takes the time to really understand her clients and create a plan just for them.
Yeah, no more cookie-cutter solutions.
Nope. And then finally, she's focused on building those long-term relationships. She's invested in her clients' success, and she's there to support them, every step of the way.
So it's like having a trusted guide on your financial journey.
Exactly.
Someone to answer your questions.
Help you make the right decision.
Celebrate your wins.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think for anyone who's looking for a new perspective on financial planning, someone who combines expertise and empathy and a commitment to really working with you, Krystal Garcia Financial Services, definitely worth checking out.
I agree.
Well, this has been fascinating. I feel like I've learned so much about Krystal and her approach. Thanks for sharing your insights.
My pleasure. Always happy to talk about this stuff.
And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We encourage you to learn more about Krystal Garcia Financial Services and see if it's the right fit for you. Remember, taking control of your finances, it can be an empowering journey, and having a trusted guide can make all the difference.